Hey guys, a warm welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be working back on the truck. The job I've planned, I'm hoping will make a major difference to this Bargain Nissan. Anyway, I'll tell you about that in a second. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to all the comments, all the suggestions and the emails from the previous video. They are really helpful. I really do appreciate those. There's some I need to respond to still, but thank you guys. And don't forget, leave me your comments in this one. And please do give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. Anyway, let me tell you what we've got installed today. The progress on this truck project has been really good. We have fixed a lot of the initial issues and problems we had. We have made some improvements, such as the cleanliness of this cabin, and we've also made some upgrades. All of which we have done with minimum spend, keeping this on budget, firmly on budget. However, today we might need to do something that potentially could blow that out the window. See, I don't know if you can get it from the video. I can certainly feel it when I'm driving, but the suspension on this truck is definitely not right. So after doing a little bit of digging around, I've discovered this complete rear suspension kit for the Nissan Navara for £277 delivered. So let's go ahead and get one of those ordered up. Check this little lot out. So we have the 2 leaf springs. We have our 2 shocks, nitro gas shocks in white. They're going to look pretty cool on the back of the truck. Then we have all of the hardware we need. Everything there. It's all going to get replaced. Our U-bolts, some fresh bolts here. So that was all £277 delivered next day. Really super impressive. Let me show you what that is the equivalent to in Ferrari terms. Let's check out. Dino has got something that would roughly cost you that on a Ferrari. So this petrol, this gas cap here, you wouldn't even be able to buy that from Ferrari for the equivalent of all that. And there you go. That's why I quite enjoy working on this truck. I'm going to put the truck on the driveway, but first of all I'm going to put it into 4-wheel drive, so we make sure everything is locked up. Let's also put the truck in gear. So 4-wheel drive, truck in gear. We've got the wheel chucks at the front there. So I'm going to jack up this. Got the rear wheel off the car now. It's up in the air just on this side, and I'll explain why. So we're obviously going to be changing all of the suspension components that I've bought, but as I've previously mentioned in the other videos, these Nissan Navara, these Frontier trucks, they suffer with one very common problem, and that is rust on these rear chassis legs. So they tend to rust out anywhere down here, and the biggest common issue is they tend to split away, and you see, as I showed you in the previous video, the body all just breaks away at the back there. Now Nissan buy these back. Some of them they send off to Spain to be reinforced and repaired. What I am going to be doing at a later stage, unfortunately I can't get hold of the bits at the moment, but we are going to be welding in some strengthening plates here. But while I have all of this off, before we start changing all the suspension components, I'm going to be, first of all, having a look down these chassis legs with my scope. And we're also going to then start treating them. I'm going to put some direct to rust paint on there. Now I like to use this stuff. This is just Hammerite. As you can see, direct to rust, metal paint. Now, I know a lot of people are probably not going to be too happy about that, but I will tell you something. I put this on an old 1969 Porsche many years ago. The rest of the car rusted out. The bits that I treated with this were perfect. Okay, so I swear by this stuff. This, by the way, was ordered up to paint the base of this. I only used a tiny little bit, so I've got pretty much the whole tin here left. Let's see how far that goes on the chassis legs. Before we start, I'm going to be looking down these chassis rails by poking a scope in through the holes to see if we can potentially see any future issues with any rust problems on these legs. To do that, I'm going to be using this very cool scope here. I'm going to put the link where I bought this from. They were about £20, something like that, 20 to 30 pounds. I'll put the link in the description below. So it connects Wi-Fi to your smartphone. As you can see, there is the image there. I'm using it on a separate phone here so you guys can see the image. We have some nice lights on the end of the camera there. And if you look at that, you will see me. There you go, or me on the phone filming. So we're going to use that. We're going to poke that down the holes in the rails there just to see if we can spot any rust. So I'm just going to move the camera with the light down in the holes, watch the screen and just have a good look around there. Now what I can do also is I can zoom in using this. As you can see, I can just change the brightness there as well. I can also, if there's anything I want to take a picture of, I can press the button here and it will take a picture on the screen so I can save that for later. So we're going to have a look all the way down both of these rails. Down the back there, there's another hole on the inside that I can really check. This is the area I want to look at most. So we're going to check all that and just see exactly what the state of these rails is like. We go, apart from a bit of bush there that's sitting on the inside. It's obviously got in through one of these holes. It doesn't look too bad, and there's a little bit of kind of surface, more or less, where the paint has come off, but there's nothing there that looks really bad. So we're also going to be treating the inside of these. Just need to get some product to spray down there. Again, at the moment, quite difficult to do that. So we're going to do the outside today. We're going to do the suspension, and then I can easily just spray down and treat the inside of those at a later date. Next, I'm going to be starting to clean up these chassis rails here. To do that, I'm going to be using an array of tools. We have this, which will go onto my angle grinder. That's really heavy duty. I also have just my standard drill here and a load of little attachments on the end to do that. I'm going to start with the drill because I think that might be a little bit overkill, and we'll just see how we get on. Safety first. We've got our mask, we've got our goggles. We're going to be blowing a lot of debris, a lot of dust off these. So we've got my drill set up with a few different attachments, and we're going to go to town on that. So as you can see, we started to grind all this back. I'm going to continue on both sides of this, get it all back to the surface here, and then we're going to start painting it. So we have done the rail here. I've got a little bit more to finish and cover in there. I've also just sprayed this in to make it look a bit better. That's not painted, that's just sprayed. And we've gone all the way up here. What my plan is, when I can get hold of the chassis plates, I'm just going to grind this back and we'll weld those in place when we need to. And yeah, so really happy with that. I'm going to do the other side. Haven't done the inside yet. I'm just going to paint that, working my way around this one, and then we'll do all the suspension, and then I'll do the complete same on the opposite side. I'm just removing these U-bolts here. So I've just removed the nuts and the bracket from underneath, and I'm just going to take them all off and just put them the way they came off, just for reference in case anything is different. And And that comes off there, like so. Put that there. Then we got to take off the two end bits. We should be good. And there we go, one old leaf spring out of the car. So we're going to inspect that. We're going to compare it to the new one. We are also going to just finish cleaning up down here and protecting all of that area. I need to remove the shock and then we're all good. We're going to start replacing. So the two springs, obviously our new one, looks much nicer. And this thing's just like these bushings here. Look how short that one is there. So hopefully this really does improve the ride and the handle on the back of this truck. Lovely. Then we have a new bracket to put in place. So just unbolt all that end plate off and start hanging that. Now we're ready to remove the old suspension shocks. So that one's off, nice and easy. So we're going to replace those. I'm going to just touch in some of the bits I've missed with the paint and install the new ones, which should look pretty cool compared to these. So that is the that's one shock in place. We're just going to torque up all of the little bolts there, and then we'll put the leaf spring in. So we're running out of daylight here. It's getting a bit dark. It's about 6 o'clock. I'm going to put the rear leaf spring in. I'm going to try and get that all bolted in, get the wheel back on, so I can just move the cars around for tonight. And then tomorrow morning, we're doing the other side. Morning guys, it's day 2. I'm in the sunshine, having a cup of coffee in the back of the truck. Just moved it over. I'm set up, ready to go. Last night, I managed to finish this side of the truck. Got a little bit too dark really to film, so I'll go over that a bit later on for you. Today I'm going to switch over, going to do the other side. Had a few little issues last night that made the job last a little bit longer, and that was just getting that leaf spring in place. I was really trying to rush it because I actually wanted to switch the cars around, so I wanted to get this side back down on the ground, and because I was rushing it really, it's no good rushing jobs like that. Anyway, we are going to do this side today. I'm going to finish off the coffee. It's nice and early. We've got a full day ahead. I'm going to finish this off, hopefully put the video together and get it out tonight. We're all ready to go here. Everything's set up. We are going to basically repeat the process from yesterday. I'm going to scope down the chassis rails here just to make sure we got no rust issues. We're going to protect, remove all the suspension components, replace all those, and just give it a general clean up underneath there. And hopefully the weather's going to be nice today, so it should be a nice enjoyable process. I've started to grind off all the surface on these rails. We're going to take our scope again now and place it down some of the holes. I just have a look what it's like on the inside there. I don't know if you can see the screen. Got a bit of light on it. We're going to have a good old look like we did on the other side. So I've taken a look down both sides of the car, down the full length of those chassis legs, using the scope in each of the holes. And I'm really happy to say that there is nothing in there that concerns me at all. I'm actually quite surprised because these are really notorious for problems like that. So we're going to continue. We're going to protect the outside with the Hammerite again today on this side. I will spray the inside when I get a chance, but we'll also be adding those strengthening plates just in case in future we do start to see a problem. But super happy so far. We've done the rails, we've ground those back, so we're just going to start painting them, and then we'll start the leaf springs. Cool. So that is all the rails painted up. They're all protected, both sides now. Just cleaned up the other area around here. So now we're going to start removing all of the old suspension on this side. Start replacing. All the old suspension is off of the truck now. So the leaf springs out, the shocks out, all the little connecting brackets. So all I need to do, install the new one, and we are done. And that is it. Everything is on. It's all tightened up. We've all torqued it all down, and looking pretty good, if I say so myself. I am happy with the result there. Hopefully the paint will protect the chassis. All I need to do, put the wheel back on, drop the car down, have a little tidy up, and then we'll take it out for a drive and see if it's made any difference. So we've come out to a back road that's very bumpy to test this new suspension setup and find out whether or not we fixed the problem. Unfortunately, you're going to have to put up with the phone on the dash there because my GoPro's about to run out. So let's give this a little bit of stick and see how it performs. You're going to hear a little bit of background shake and rattle. That is from my dash. I need to, I think I've got a screw loose in it or missing somewhere, and it's very squeaky. But let me talk you through. That is definitely, without a shadow of doubt, a huge improvement. No longer have I got everything at the back bottoming out, rattling around. It is nice and steady. Bearing in mind there is nothing in the back still, and leaf springs do rely on having a little bit of weight. I've not even got that spare wheel in here, so extremely light on the back, but a huge, major improvement. So let's come on a little bit of a smoother surface. Compared to the old suspension setup, that is silky smooth. And I tell you what, the thing was, I didn't really feel it in the front of the car as much, but the kids in the back, they were always saying it's a little bit bumpy, Daddy. So now, hopefully, they're going to be happy with that one. There you go, guys. That has made a big improvement to the ride quality on the truck. It took me about a day with the filming, so it would have taken slightly less. It was hard work, but really rewarding. Anyway, I have a question for you guys. Do you think I should also be changing all the front suspension on the truck? Bearing in mind it's got 207,000 miles on it as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And that, though, could potentially blow the budget out the window, which let's get an update on. So our previous spend on the truck was £287. I've just spent £277 on that full rear suspension. I'm not going to include the paint because that was just on the shelf. It's only about £15, £20 if I did. So our total today is £564. That brings our total spend with the truck £3,564, which leaves me about just under £450. But there's a couple of things I still need to do on the truck. So let me know really whether you think I should be doing that front suspension. Anyway, hope you liked it. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, a like, smash that like button below. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm and it promotes the video. Give me your comments, like I say, on this one or any other suggestions on videos. Share it, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And don't forget, check out my YouTube channel where I post at least a couple of times a day, most days on there. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Really do hope you enjoyed it. I will see you very shortly in the next video. Ciao for now, guys.